Yo, what is good everybody? Welcome along to what will be the start of many drum and bass tutorials over the next few weeks as I celebrate my brand new pack, Equilibrium, out now. Link in the description. I've gotten quite a few comments over the past few months of when's the next drum and bass tutorial, and I've been pretty much responding, coming soon, don't worry. Now it is the time for D&B madness. I've done so many REESE bass tutorials on this channel. Why am I doing another one? Is because I truly think that the REESE basses I've made for this pack are just the best I've ever done, and so I definitely needed to make an updated REESE bass video going into all the sound design tips and tricks. And for making REESE basses for this pack, I predominantly used two methods, and I'll pretty much cover them both. First one is using Serum. Let's learn some drums and definitely not plug the new pack while we're at it. The great thing about this pack is you can split into kicks, snare. That'll be great to start with. Anyway, back into Serum. And I'm not gonna lie, I did look at Noise's Patreon for their tutorials to get an idea of like what kind of shit they're doing, and half of the stuff, it just blew my mind. I'm not gonna recycle all their information from their Patreon. I definitely would recommend it if you're into like D&B stuff. But the one thing I did take away is how they start off their REESE basses by just doing, it's literally the most simplest thing. Unison on the first oscillator up to 2. So it creates two instances of that oscillator. Detuned, I'm assuming one's down, one's up. Literally the same thing could be done like fine pitch up, fine pitch down, pan this right, pan this left. Same thing like that, but the other way is just kind of easier. And 2. Okay, good start. And second thing, utility, and just make it mono. Kind of a good start to great foundation, and from here you just absolutely slam it with saturation of your choice. Personal favorites are the Saturator, Overdrive, Trash 2, Driver by Native Instruments, literally stage 1 distortion. Make it louder, make it better. I'm gonna go back into Serum. What I would normally do as well, monophonic, legato, and portamento. So it just slides between notes. Check some overdrive after that. If you watched my tutorials before, you know I love doing this on sub basses because it just like kind of thickens up the low end tremendously. So yeah. Something like that. We're gonna load in effects, we're gonna slam it, yep. We could double up the distortion as well by going to stage 2. That sounds mad, so let's stick with that. And the good thing about REESE basses as well, you scoop out that midsection. Around 200 hertz. Nice, okay, getting somewhere. I reckon these are pretty much the basic effects you'd want to apply for like a standard REESE bass. Make sure you got that detuned, make it mono, and then add some distortion and a little bit of shaping with the EQ before you go into some crazy effects like we're about to do now. Actually, this could be a nice liquid bass actually. If you just low pass that, no high frequency. By now you're probably thinking, Sam, it's such a mono bass because you made it mono. Where's the stereo width? Well, chorus could fix that. Getting a little bit wider. One thing I definitely do want to mention in this tutorial, to get that 2010 kind of, you just have to kind of hear it to know the sound I'm talking about. It's done through like a frequency shifter. So if we fine tune this up, maybe to 4 hertz. Drop the dry wet. 2010 sound. Nice, getting there. Okay, it's still a little bit too weak. We need to slam it a couple times with OTT and saturator. Too much high end. Oh my goodness. It's the grit. Might do the chorus at the end, just so it doesn't go through OTT. Instead of using chorus, you could also use a phaser. We'll just mute the chorus for the time being. Phaser is quite sick. Also get that classic kind of REESE bass sound. And how this is done through LFO. So if we bring the amount up a little bit. But of course we've got dry wet on 100%, maybe a little bit overkill, unless you want to go for that. Nice, REESE bass is sounding good. We've lost the sub bass. I tried to capture it at the start with the overdrive. It ain't gonna work. So we're gonna have to create a separate sub. But don't worry, the separate sub will blend so well with the REESE bass. Duplicate, and we want to pretty much strip off all the effects. Actually, we should have kept overdrive, to be fair. And we don't want it to be Actually, we don't even need oscillate A. We want sub. And the cool thing, which I also have been doing, is oh, what the fuck? Okay, so this should hopefully blend on top of the Serum. I know the basses are doing 2 different things, but I'm picking that when you smash them together with enough compression, it should work a-okay. Etc. And of course, obviously, strip the low end off the REESE bass since we don't need it. Okay, maybe a little bit of a release on. A little bit boring, LFO 1, and you can just introduce a little bit of a pitch. So LFO, source, destination, global, master tune. Wait, hold up. This is unintentional. Okay, that might be too much. Okay, maybe we'd need to switch it out for some heavier drums now. Okay, just had one more idea. What are we, D? We're a D. Okay, let's try this idea. Okay, that should hopefully work if my playing is not shit. I want this to glide between the two. Bring in the sub as well. Why is this REESE still too high? There we go. Nice. Making it wide again. It's a little bit too mono. We have completely fucked the stereo field, ladies and gentlemen. Too much phase, too much chorus, but whatever. So yeah, we've got a banging REESE bass that is absolutely distorted. The stereo field's ruined. This is a great tutorial so far. Oh shit, but it sounds heavy. I like it. It sounds so much weaker without the trash. Damn, son. Alright, well, hold on. I need to hear this with a few more. Holy shit. Where's the master? Oh, yes. That is... Why is the snare out? English. Why is the snare just left out there sound so weird and fucked? You don't know where it's... So that's the first REESE bass. Jeez. Oh, wow, wow, wow. Okay. Nice. Like I said at the start, there were two kind of methods I used to creating REESE basses predominantly for this pack. First one being like Serum, making it mono, trash to phaser, frequency shifter, distortion, a little bit of OTT, saturator. And the second one is what we're going to do now, which is Operator with a fat rack. I've dropped 10 of these fat racks. They are free. A link will be in the description if you want to download them to make some sick REESE basses. But hopefully after hearing this, you'll definitely want to download them. But like I said, free, so yeah. Operator. It doesn't take much, honestly. The first oscillator kind of just square D, I kind of like. Nice and fat. It's a fat bass sound. Oscillator 2, gonna bring it up. Depends how much you want to bring it out. Also sine, maybe go for square a little bit. And fine tune, like I said, REESE bass, classic, kind of based around saw waves and fine tune, or D tune, I should say. And yeah. Yeah, very, very basic, but load up a fat rack on it, and we will see something hopefully fucking crazy. Cool, and then it's just a matter of fine-tuning the details. And operator voices, we want one. I want to make sure this is gliding as well, make it monophonic, glide. little bit of pitch never hurt as well. That's basically the second technique. And yeah, from there you can muck around with, honestly, fine tune the level, the oscillators from 1 and 2, from A and B. Damn! Shit! We could just have endless fun. It's not even a tutorial anymore. It's literally just like, guys, watch this fat rack. Have some fucking fun. And if you're wondering what the hell is in these fat racks, it's just all Ableton stuff, to be fair. So if you have Ableton 10 or 11 suite, you should be good to go to run this. No freaking third party whatsoever. So yeah. Oh my god, that first bit, you just blew that. What am I doing? And I guess that concludes the tutorial of REESE basses. Hopefully you have learned a thing or two. And yeah, if you want to download the fat rack to get that operator REESE bass sound, link will be in the description for that. And if you want the drums, they are part of my brand new pack Equilibrium, so download link will also be there. I'll be back soon for another D&B tutorial. Yes, so subscribe, stay tuned, and yeah, laters.